neither a country nor a territory, yet the United Nations designs and issues its own postage stamps.
Señores delegados.
The thinking behind it came from one man who in 1947 proposed that the UN should create its own stamps. His name was Joe Arce, Argentina's representative to the UN. 4 years later, on the 24th of October 1951, the first UN stamps were issued. Within days, every stamp was sold out. By the 1970s, UNPA, the United Nations Postal Administration, was issuing stamps based on currencies of the United States, Switzerland, and Austria.
Well, UN stamps are very valuable to collectors because every time when we issue stamps, we issue in 3 different currencies.
The price for this is $1.50.
There's no other postal administration in the world can do that. So for collectors, it's meaning something to them and it's valuable to them.
Today, the UNPA has issued more than 1,000 stamps during its 65 years of existence.
It's wonderful to be able to work on these issues using art, bring awareness for human rights, the environment, endangered species, World Heritage Sites.
Sergio Baradat is one of the talented designers behind most of these beautiful works of art, along with his colleague, Rory Katz.
As artists, we have to figure out how to make some of these very difficult subjects into artwork that is beautiful and collectible. When people hear that the United Nations has stamps, I think a lot of people are surprised. Our stamps are beautiful and educational and are wonderful, and so everyone should collect them.
And stamp collectors share that notion.
The endangered species, those stamps are so beautiful, the colors, the different animals, the rarity. Those I really like.
To increase sales and to encourage stamp collectors to add these gems to their personal albums,
all-value triple cancel stamp.
UNPA holds international exhibitions regularly. A recent exhibit in New York piqued the interest of avid collectors.
The stamp collecting is my favorite hobby. It enriches my life. Through miniature art, it is a way to see the world.
The most common question that I get is, can you use these stamps everywhere? The answer is no. They can only be posted at the United Nations headquarters in New York, Geneva, and Vienna. We have stamp counters there, that's where you can find them. We're also on the internet, and they have to be mailed from here, so they're mostly collectibles.
Sergio has a few favorites that he has worked on over the years.
One of my favorite series was International Jazz Day. It was 3 sheets, English, French, German, dollars, Swiss francs, and euros. In tandem, we produced a souvenir card, which has one of our stamps and a message from the Secretary General and from the Director General of UNESCO. Another one that I was very happy with is the International World Poetry Day. So here we have, in English, Wordsworth. In Chinese, we have Li Bai. French, Anais Nin. In Arabic, Rumi. In Spanish, we have Jose Marti. So these are near and dear to me because I love the written word and art and poetry together.
Sergio describes what goes into the process of making a new stamp.
There's a lot of drawing, a lot of sketches that go on. Even eventually I work digitally. It all starts organically, the old-fashioned way with pencil and paper. So from there, we go to the actual finished product. This is what they look like actual size. This is the first day cover. We all do covers. These are the proofs. These are being printed now in France. A wonderful printer called Carter.
United Nations stamps are printed by security printers around the world through a competitive bidding process.
The stamps eventually come on this corner here with all the cancels, and that is issued on what is called the first day of issue ceremony.
New United Nations stamps are released for sale after the ceremony, and Sergio says that collectors have a chance to snatch them up.
It's always a pleasure to be with them and seeing a lot of people that follow your work, and it's always flattering, and it's also nice to be able to use art to bring awareness to a lot of things that are happening in the world, and that's one of the things also that keeps me at the UN.
Look at the camera.
UN personalised stamp sheets are also available on demand. It's a special, memorable and collectible item for many visitors to the United Nations. For the 70th anniversary of the organisation, Rory was the designer for the stamp in observance of this important milestone. She explains how she came up with the concept for this series.
And when I think about the UN, I always think about New York. I think about the building. I think about the architecture and how beautiful it is and how timeless it is. What it stands for is a symbol of optimism and the future. And so I thought it would be a great culmination of everything. Put the building, focus on the architecture for the stamps. We found 2 photographers to work with, actually 2 women. One is from Poland and the other is from Russia, but they both live in the States, so it was easy for them to come and photograph everything. It was hard to pick. I think there was 3,000 images to go through to select, I think 9 or something for the final. It was quite a job. And then we put all these different layouts together and cut them out and put different pieces together to see what works together, what colors go together, does it make sense, to show all the important pieces of the building that we wanted to focus on. So we changed the vision from black and white to color. So the color was definitely the way to go. You have to be very smart about it and edit, because you can't put a million things onto the stamp or it just doesn't translate, it doesn't read, you won't know what it's about. So it's all about editing and making smart choices.
As the UNPA celebrates its 65th anniversary, it takes pride in sharing its award-winning designs with people around the world. And Sergio is gearing up for more award-winning designs in the future.
Tigers in the forests of India, absolutely. In the past 40 years, 50% of the world's animals have become extinct. That is a huge, incomprehensible number.
Both Sergio and Rory are optimistic that UN stamps will be around for a very long time.
How long can we keep doing this? Hopefully the answer is forever. I think that our stamps are beautiful and they are important and they send these little messages around the world, and hopefully it has a long future.